Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Bornopolis bringing you some more Pokemon TCG Online content. We're going to take a look at a deck that I have been messing around with a little bit but having tons and tons of fun. I was torn. I was thinking about doing a Gardevoir deck because I've been playing Gardevoir so much, but ultimately went with the Primal Groudon deck because, again, I have been using cards from Fates Collide more so in this deck than other decks. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. The first one we're going to take a look at is Primal Groudon. He has 240 HP. That is a lot of health. With that amount of health, we can take a few hits and be okay for a while. He is going to be our main attacker, and he has the attack Gaia Volcano, which costs a whopping 4 fighting energies. It does do 100 damage baseline, and if there is a stadium card in play, this attack does 100 more damage, then that stadium gets discarded. So it will discard quite a few of Dimension Valleys, maybe some Rough Seas, but it negates some of those decks that are actually quite reliant on those stadium cards. One other thing we will take advantage of is Barrier, the ancient trait. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding Pokemon tools and stadium cards, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So he cannot be Lysandered off the bench, guys, and he can't be enhanced hammered. So all our strong energies will stay put, and he can stay on the bench for quite some time to be built up. He does abide by the primal reversion rule, which is basically a mega evolution rule. Your turn ends when you evolve. We do want to take a look at Groudon EX. He has, again, a whopping 4 energy costs for Massive Ren, but does 130. But if we can get the 4 fighting or 4 strong energies on him, it does 210 damage. And then Ripclaw does 30, but if you get heads, you do get to discard your opponent's energy on his active Pokemon. We do not have a huge Pokemon lineup in this deck. The next Pokemon we do have is a 4-4 line of Carbink and Carbink Break. Carbink Break, for 1 fighting energy cost, does 20 damage, but it allows you to attach 2 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your fighting Pokemon. Now, it does not have to be just a basic energy. This is how we're going to power up Groudon with some strong energies as well. And then I do use the Safeguard Carbink, use 4 of them. In case my opponent's playing Pokemon EX, then they can't do anything at all. So it's kind of nice because they won't be able to Lysander my Primal, and they can't do damage to Carbink. We do play the 4 line of strong energies because that's all you can play, and we do a 6 of the basic fighting energies. And something to note, I do play 6 stadiums. That seems to be kind of the standard with Primal Groudon. It's a good number because you're going to only knock out 3 to 6 Pokemon. And the stadiums that I've decided to go with, I know a lot of people like the Scorched Earth. I went with Shrine of Memories. Each player's evolved Pokemon can use any attack from its previous evolutions. Now, the reason why I play this one is in case I don't want to discard the stadium right away and want to wait maybe for a Pokemon with a little bit higher HP, I can go back and use my Groudon's abilities like Massive Rend or Ripclaw. So that makes it kind of nice, and then that stays in play. Silent Lab. If you can get a Silent Lab out on turn 1, and it lasts throughout your opponent's turn, they can't use Shaman EX, so it kind of slows down their ability to shuffle through their deck a little bit more and refreshing their hands. I do play some Robo Substitute. The reason why I play this, and it's kind of important to note, if you're having a hard time keeping Carbink up because they don't play EX Pokemon, but they play a lot of just standard Pokemon, this is a good way to keep them from drawing prizes. So I do keep that and build up Primal Groudon. We do play a Battle Compressor to discard 3 of our strong energies, or any energies at that point, and getting them attached to Primal Groudon. And then if you're discarding basic energies, you can use the Mega Turbo to help power up Primal Groudon even faster. Kind of nice. Karina. We do play 3 Karinas. She is kind of our main supporter in this deck. It allows us to search for a fighting Pokemon and a trainer card. That's I do only play 1 Ultra Ball because Karina does get my Pokemon out into the field of play pretty quickly. I only use the Ultra Ball if I need to discard some cards. 3 Verse Seekers because I do play quite a few supporters. But I don't need to use them that often. Like Lysander, I'm not Lysandering too much, so I only play 1. But if I do need it, I have the Verse Seekers to get him. And then I only play 1 Groudon Spirit Link due to the fact that trainers don't work against Primal Groudon. I can actually end my turn and be okay for quite some time. Instead, I do play 2 Hard Charms, so if somebody's sniping me, it does negate some of that damage that I'm being sniped with, so it's kind of nice. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to touch on, guys, so we're going to go ahead and hop into a match. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get any good content as far as matches go. Typically by turn 4 or 5, when I have a Primal Groudon out, people are conceding because he's such a beast to deal with, but we're going to go ahead and hop over and take a look. Alright guys, so we are diving right into this matchup. We see that right out the bat we get a mulligan, so hopefully we get a better second hand this turn, or this time, because we don't want to keep giving him freebies. And I do apologize about the lagginess of the video, guys. Unfortunately, for some reason, the game kinda was lagging behind. I don't know what was going on. But here we got Carbink. So it's always a good card to put out in front first and see what we're playing against. So we are playing against a Garchomp deck, and he gets 2 Gibbles right off the bat. He's got to be happy about that. Attaching a Focus Sash and attaching an Energy. He's so far had a pretty good turn 1. So right now I'm looking at my hand. We've got the Groudon. We're going to end up putting the Groudon down there and attaching a Hard Charm. Hard Charm's kind of nice. It's going to reduce some damage, and we will attach it to Carbink here, just so he can live a little bit longer, so I can get the breakout. So here we're going to Trainer's Mail, get ourselves a Sycamore, and I'm going to play the Robo Substitute, just so that way, since he's not playing an EX Pokemon, it will slow down the amount of prizes that he can actually take from us. And we will Karina, and we will grab the Primal Groudon. And as far as the item card goes, there's a lot of item cards in here that we could take. At this point, we really want to focus on either limiting what he can do or putting more cards in our discard pile. So it's either going to be between red card or Battle Compressor, but we do go with the red card here. The game's just not allowing me to at the moment. And we will play the red card. He did only have 5 cards to begin with, so going down 1 was a slight risk for us. So we may have improved his hand, but we hope that we hurt him, and the risks seemed like I had a good upside to do it. So now he's going to be hoping for his Karina and getting a rare candy Garchomp out this turn and start knocking out some of my Pokemon. He's going to bridge it, and he's going to pull out 3 basic Pokemon. And he pulls out Miltank and 2 more Gibbles, so he has all 4 Gibbles out on the playing field, plus a Miltank. Miltank is actually a really nice card when you're playing Stage 1 deck, or Stage 2 deck, such as Garchomp. It causes him to do 70 more damage, so he's doing 80 damage because he gets a card Chomp out, and if he has a Muscle Man, that's 100 damage for 1 energy cost. Pretty stellar attack in my opinion. So here we're going to evolve Carbink to Carbink Break, just to give him the extra 110 HP. And we're going to go ahead and sacrifice a Primal Groudon. I do have 2 more in the deck somewhere, so I think the risk is worth getting and refreshing the hand. We will attach, or we'll play the Trainer's Mail first, and we'll get the Battle Compressor in hopes to discard 2 to 3 strong energies. So let's see, what do we got here? And there's 1. And it didn't let me, so it went to the back. So here's 1 and 2. And so I need one more thing to discard. And I think we'll go ahead and discard the basic energy because I don't really need a supporter in my discard pile. This seems to make the most sense to me. So let's go ahead and put the energy in the 3rd spot. Now we've got 3 energies in our discard pile. And we will play Ultra Ball. We will end up discarding the Robo Substitute because we don't need 2 in my opinion at this point because we are about to start doing some major damage. And I don't really need the other Carbink, so I do want to keep the strong energy, the Mega Turbo to power up the Primal Groudon when I get there, and I do want to keep as many stadiums in play as I can. So we'll go ahead and pull out the other Primal Groudon, attach this strong energy. So now we're going to do 40 damage and get 2 more energies from the discard pile. And we'll attach 2 strong energies to our Groudon here. Alright, so he is going to pick up his Gibble with As and discard his 2 energies. And he'll play his other Gibble and play Gibble down on the table. And it's back to us, so we do get another energy. So what we'll do is we'll attach this energy, go ahead, evolve to Primal Groudon, and end our turn. Not too worried because he won't be able to pull me off the bench and he won't be able to discard. And he's saying that something hurt him. I'm assuming the red card and maybe the As. That combination kind of left him in a bad situation. It couldn't have been good. Because now he has no Gibbles powered up, so he won't get a full-powered Garchomp anytime soon. So it works out in our favor. It really does. And we only need 1 more energy for Primal Groudon, so if we don't top deck an energy, we'll go ahead and use Mega Turbo. So hopefully we can top deck something pretty decent. We don't really need an energy. That would just kind of be redundant at this point. And there is the Garchomp and the rare candy. So he's going to go ahead and evolve. And things are kind of looking up for him a little bit. And he has an energy attached to him. So, ooh, and we top deck Lysander. So basically what we'll do is we'll just attach another energy to Primal Groudon. We'll Lysander out the Garchomp, keeping down his Garchomps, and retreat into Primal Groudon and start knocking out some of his Pokemon. Well, he did concede, guys. There it is. But that is it. That's the deck, guys. If you liked the video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day.